theory that the USA is ultimately the redneck cousin of the UK. So, England and Scotland, etc. Let's go ahead and include Canada. Let's go ahead and include New Zealand. But basically these countries that are very Anglo-Saxon, very much paying homage in history back to England, these nations, we're the redneck cousins here in the United States. I mean, because ultimately, don't we sort of have a similar background? I mean, much of the United States, when it was colonized, came from people from England that wanted to escape England, and then they came here, and it's almost like England Part 2, the United States, except we've got a lot more land here, and a lot more resources, and a lot more natives to send packing. It's a tragedy. I'm very aware of it. I don't feel good about it. It happened long before I was born, but still, that's what's going on. But the way I feel is, as far as on a world stage, I feel that it's, well, maybe more so than a world stage. Maybe let's pretend the whole world is at a bar. And in walks the United States, and then here's someone from the Middle East or China or Russia, wherever it is, and they bump into each other. And the US is like, hey bro, you looking to start something over here? And then they pull out a gun. They show that they have a gun. Like, we can take this outside if you want. And the other country's like, oh, I don't want trouble, I don't want trouble. But then they don't immediately just walk out of the way, they just kind of stand there for a minute. So then the USA, come on punk, and they kind of push them like that. So then the other country reluctantly pushes them back, and then eventually a bar fight ensues. Meanwhile, in this fight though, you have England, and you have Canada, and you have New Zealand. They're not really wanting any part of the fight, but they kind of signed this agreement, and okay, I guess we need to kind of follow the United States because, they got the most power and weapons and control and all of this. So it's almost like dodgeball though. It's like, for me, when I played dodgeball in elementary school, I was really good at dodgeball, and here was my strategy. Let all the other people throw the ball, get caught, get out, get hit. And I just stood in the background like this, and kind of dodge balls. And then once everybody else cleared out, then I would step up and do what I needed to do to win the game. I feel like ultimately that's kind of how our cousins have to play this thing. We're gonna let the United States do their thing, get all rowdy, and make a big deal in this bar fight of sorts. And we're connected to them, we're related to them, we're not enemies with them. They embarrass us, but ultimately, we're kind of in that category where they're our cousins. USA, yeah, they're our redneck cousins. That's my analysis, and I'm in the USA. That's how I perceive it. I perceive that we're the rednecks here. But ultimately, the UK is not really one to distance themselves from us as other countries might. What are your thoughts? Comments right here.